There we go. Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all having brilliant, fantastic, amazing days. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be breaking down for you the Forex market versus the stock market. What should you be choosing? And my three opinions when it comes to this topic matter. Loads of people, of course, on the internet are trading stocks. Loads of people are trading Forex. Loads of people are trading indices, commodities, other instruments as well. But when it comes down to, the Forex market, the Forex space versus the stock market, what are my three opinions when it comes to what should you be trading? Okay, now, of course, it's going to vary drastically on everyone's current situations. Both markets are great. You can be making money in both, okay? And, both have their different pros and cons, okay? But let me give you three different opinions on why, I personally chose the Forex market rather than the stock market, okay? And why I'm trading, Forex, commodities, and indices every single day, rather than, trading Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, some of the, other stocks within the stock market, okay? Now let's break it down. So the first, okay, is needing larger amounts of funds for the stock market, okay? And you need less funds for Forex, okay? Now this is typically true for minimum deposit sizes on brokerages. So with highly regulated brokerages in the Forex space, okay, your minimum deposit can be $50, $100, $200, okay, which means it's got very low and relatively low barriers to entry, okay, for most people around the world. Whereas the stock market, you're going to be looking more at $5, $10, $15, $20,000, okay, which is significantly higher, means that it's a higher barrier to entry. And for me personally, it would have meant that I wouldn't have been able to enter the market when I first started out 3 years ago. Okay, so that's the first reason. Okay, needing larger amounts of funds for the stock market, needing less funds for the Forex market meant that I could tap into getting started straight away without needing significantly more funds. Okay, that's the first reason. And now moving on to the second reason. The second reason that I chose the Forex market over the stock market is actually because of the trading hours and the trading windows. Okay, so in the stock market, you can be trading from 9:30 in the morning through to 4 p.m. in the afternoon, Eastern time. Okay, and in the Forex market, from Monday to Friday, you can be trading 24 hours a day. Okay, now whilst this might not be useful for you, as an initial impression and an initial thought, okay, it actually can become incredibly useful, especially when it comes down to getting funded, getting extra funding via these prop firms. Okay, it means that you can utilize things like expert advisors to be trading for you whilst you're asleep, okay, throughout the Asian session, perhaps, if you're from the UK like I am. Okay, I'm not awake, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning, okay, and I can utilize an expert advisor to help tick along and help generate some extra profit whilst I'm asleep, okay, which means that I can help, increase the profitability of my accounts, okay, and also if I'm looking to get new funding and new challenges, I can get towards those profit targets, a lot faster and a lot smoother, okay, so that's, one of the things that I found really beneficial for the Forex market rather than the stock market is actually the trading hours and the trading windows, and it means that you can trade, any time during the day, okay, and, it's also good to mention that clearly the Forex market is a larger space, there's much larger, market liquidity, much larger, supply, and so that combined with being able to trade, 24 hours a day is a really, really good thing to bear in mind. Okay, now moving on to the third reason. The third reason that I chose the Forex market over the stock market is actually tied in with the first reason, needing less capital to get into the Forex space. It also ties into it because leverage for Forex trading is actually higher, okay, and still with regulated platforms. It's not as though we're sacrificing the regulation to get higher amounts of leverage. So the third reason is the leverage when it comes down to the Forex space, okay. Leverage of 1 to 100, 1 to 500 is actually really, really commonly seen amongst some of the other leading, Forex brokerages. I did another video on 3 of the finest Forex brokerages for 2022. Feel free to check that out. But I essentially mentioned there, IC Markets, Vantage FX, Pepperstone, Oanda, a few of the market leading dominating firms that provide, 1 to 50, 1 to 100, 1 to 500 leverage, which is huge for retail traders like you and I that are getting into the space, which means that we can not only, deposit smaller amounts of funds, but we can utilize larger amounts of capital, larger amounts of leverage to increase the profitability of our accounts and our capital. Okay, now as I've mentioned in another video, leverage is a double-edged sword, so keep that in mind. You don't want to be looking for the Forex brokerage with the highest amount of leverage. It's not going to necessarily increase your profitability, but it certainly does help. Whereas the stock market, there's a lot less options in terms of leveraging your accounts. Okay, and if you do have those options, from what I've seen, you are sacrificing regulation. But if any of you have further thoughts and opinions on that, feel free to let me know down in the comments, because I'll be interested to know if there are some regulated and good leverage options for stock trading. But otherwise, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully you've got some really, really good value from it. The Forex market, the stock market is a huge question, especially when people start out, or whether they want to, which route and which market do they want to go into. But for me, I found, the Forex market, the commodities market, the indices market, utilizing the leverage, utilizing the 24-hour trading day windows, needing less funds has been really brilliant in lower barriers to entry and getting into the market straight away. But otherwise, as always, check out all the links down below. You can book a call with me down below. You've got my personal profiles down below. You've also got the FXLondon community group chat links, Facebook, Telegram, the rest. Feel free to join in below. I look forward to seeing you inside, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.